Okay, so you sent over this blog post all about AI and how it's impacting businesses and governments.
Yeah.
So we're going to unpack all of that for you in this deep dive.
Yeah, it's definitely a hot topic right now for sure.
Yeah. Well, it seems like AI is everywhere these days.
Hmm.
I mean, this post mentions that over 75% of enterprises are already using or exploring AI solutions.
Yeah, it's true. AI is it's not science fiction anymore.
Right.
It's here and companies are using it to do some pretty incredible things.
Yeah, like what?
Well, like imagine, a clothing retailer wants to know like what's going to be their next big hit,
Hmm.
AI can actually analyze like their sales data, social media buzz, even things like weather patterns to predict which products are about to go viral.
That's wild.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it takes all the guesswork out of it.
Exactly. And, while businesses have been quick to adopt AI, governments are starting to see its potential too,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to things like, streamlining public services and making more informed policy decisions.
So why is this surge happening now?
Well, we have more data available now than ever before.
Right.
And the computing power to actually make sense of it all has just like skyrocketed.
Yeah.
So you combine that with the constant pressure for businesses and governments to be more efficient.
Hmm.
And it's no surprise that AI is having a major moment.
Yeah, that makes sense. This blog post also breaks down all the different types of AI.
Yes.
It's not just one thing, right?
Yeah, not at all. AI is like this big umbrella that covers a bunch of different technologies.
Okay.
Like machine learning, for instance.
Mhm.
That's where systems can actually learn from data and get better over time.
Okay, can you unpack that a little bit for me? How does that actually work, like, in the real world?
Sure. So think about a music streaming service
Yeah.
that uses machine learning to personalize your recommendations.
Hmm.
So the system is analyzing your listening history, the songs you skip, even like the time of day you're listening,
Hmm.
to figure out exactly what you want to hear next.
So it's like having a personal DJ who knows your taste better than you do.
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty cool.
And then another type of AI is natural language processing, NLP.
Okay.
And that's what powers those chatbots you see popping up everywhere.
Oh, so when I'm arguing with a customer service bot online, that's NLP in action.
That's right. And, it can be frustrating sometimes,
Yeah.
but the technology is evolving rapidly, and NLP is also being used in things like language translation and even to analyze legal documents.
Wow. So it's not just making chatbots.
Right.
What are some of the other technologies under that AI umbrella?
Well, there's computer vision. So it's basically teaching machines to see.
Right.
So think self-driving cars using cameras and sensors to navigate the roads, or a factory using AI to spot defects on a production line.
Wow, it's like we're living in the future.
I know, it's pretty crazy, right?
Yeah.
And then you have robotic process automation, RPA.
Okay.
And this one is all about automating those like repetitive time-consuming tasks that most people just dread doing.
So like when I'm spending hours filling out spreadsheets,
Exactly.
is AI coming for my job?
Well, not necessarily coming for your job, but it could definitely free up some of your time.
Okay, good.
RPA can handle things like data entry scheduling appointments, even processing invoices so you can focus on more strategic tasks.
I like the sound of that.
Right.
Now, this blog post dives into how businesses are using all of these different types of AI to, kind of get ahead.
Yeah.
What really stood out to you?
One of the most interesting areas, I think, is decision making.
Mm-hmm.
Businesses are using AI to analyze these huge amounts of data to identify like patterns and market trends and potential risks
Okay.
so they can make more informed decisions.
So it's like having a team of like superpowered analysts working around the clock.
Exactly. They can sift through information that would take humans like months, if not years, to process and come up with insights that would have been impossible to find otherwise.
That's incredible.
It is.
Okay, so AI can make businesses smarter, but what about the customer experience?
Yeah.
How is AI being used there?
Yeah. Well, it's changing the way businesses interact with their customers in a big way.
Okay.
Think about personalized recommendations on like shopping websites or streaming services.
Right.
AI is also powering those 247 chatbots we talked about
Yeah.
that can answer your questions anytime, day or night.
So it's all about creating a more like seamless and personalized experience for the customer.
Exactly. And it can even help businesses predict what customers need before they even ask.
Oh, wow.
Like, imagine getting a notification from your favorite airline suggesting you rebook your flight because there's a potential delay.
That would be awesome.
Right?
Now, the blog post also talked about streamlining operations.
Yes.
What do they mean by that?
Well, think about all the behind-the-scenes processes that businesses have to manage. AI is being used to optimize supply chains, predict when equipment needs maintenance,
Hmm.
automate workflows to make everything run more smoothly.
So it's not just about the customer-facing side of things.
Right.
It's making businesses more efficient from top to bottom.
Yeah, it's about using technology to get rid of bottlenecks, reduce waste, and ultimately save time and money.
Right.
And that brings us to the other big area where AI is having a major impact: governments.
Okay, let's shift gears and talk about that. How are governments using AI to improve the way they operate?
Well, one area that's getting a lot of attention is transforming citizen services.
Okay.
Think about using AI-powered virtual assistants to answer common questions or to help people navigate government websites.
Right, it's a lot easier than trying to figure everything out on your own.
Absolutely. AI can also be used to automatically process applications and even personalize services based on individual needs.
That sounds like it could make interacting with the government a lot less frustrating.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
And it's not just about convenience. AI can also help governments enhance public safety.
Okay.
Think about using AI to analyze crime data and predict where crimes are most likely to occur.
That sounds a little Minority Report to me.
Yeah, well, it's not quite that advanced, but the idea is to use data to identify potential risks and deploy resources more effectively.
Oh.
AI can also be used to optimize emergency response times and manage large crowds safely.
So it's about using AI to keep people safe and prevent problems before they happen.
Exactly. And on a broader level, AI can even help governments make better policy decisions.
How so?
AI can be used to analyze these huge data sets, to understand public sentiment, to predict the impact of different policy options, and allocate resources more efficiently.
So it's about using data to make more informed and impactful decisions that truly benefit the public.
Precisely. And while there are certainly challenges to consider, it's clear that AI has the potential to transform the way governments operate on every level.
Yeah, I think that's a great point.
Yeah.
And, speaking of challenges, this blog post doesn't shy away from addressing some of the potential downsides of AI.
Right. It's not all sunshine and roses.
No, it's not. So let's dive into that next and explore some of the things that we need to be cautious about when it comes to this powerful technology.
Sounds good.
So we've seen how businesses and governments are already putting AI to work.
Yeah.
But what about organizations that are maybe just starting to kind of dip their toes into this whole AI thing? What advice does the blog post have for them?
Well, they say the key is to start small but scale fast.
Okay.
It's easy to get overwhelmed by all the possibilities with AI.
Right.
But the best approach is to start with some targeted pilot projects.
So instead of trying to do everything at once,
Right.
pick a specific area where AI can make a real difference.
Exactly. Think about a pain point in your organization or a process that could be improved.
Okay.
Maybe it's something like automating expense reports or using AI to personalize marketing emails.
Okay, so start small, focus on something manageable.
Right. And once you've got that pilot project up and running, it's important to gather data,
Right.
analyze the results, and be willing to adjust your approach as you go.
Okay. The idea is to learn from your successes and failures so you can scale up the successful initiatives across the organization.
So don't be afraid to experiment
Exactly.
and iterate until you find something that works.
Right.
But how do you know if your AI projects are actually delivering value?
Well, that's where the second piece of advice comes in, focus on value creation.
Okay.
It's not enough to just implement AI for the sake of it.
Right.
You need to make sure it's actually solving real problems and delivering measurable results.
So what does that look like in practice?
Well, before you even start a project, ask yourself, what problem are we trying to solve?
Okay.
And how will we measure success?
Okay.
So, for example, if you're using AI to automate customer service, you might track metrics like customer satisfaction scores or the number of issues resolved without human intervention.
So it's all about setting clear goals and then actually tracking your progress to make sure AI is moving the needle.
Exactly. And this leads to the final piece of advice, which is all about building for the future.
AI is a rapidly evolving field, so organizations need to think long-term and build a foundation that will allow them to adapt and innovate as new technologies emerge.
So what does that kind of future-proofing look like?
Well, for starters, it means investing in the right infrastructure. That can include things like, cloud computing platforms, data storage solutions, or high-performance computing capabilities.
So you need the right tools to build and deploy these AI solutions effectively.
Absolutely, but it's not just about the technology.
Right.
It's also about developing the right talent within your organization.
Yeah, because AI expertise is in high demand these days.
It is. Organizations need to attract, retain, and upskill their workforce to stay ahead of the curve.
Hmm.
And it's not just about technical skills.
Okay.
It's also about fostering a culture of innovation where people are encouraged to experiment and learn and collaborate.
So building for the future is about more than just adopting the latest tools.
Right.
It's about creating an environment where people can actually thrive in this AI-powered world.
That's a great way to put it. And, while the blog post focuses on this strategic side of things, it also acknowledges that the human factor is a crucial part of this whole equation.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Hmm?
How does the rise of AI impact human workers?
Yeah.
And what can organizations do to manage this transition smoothly?
Well, there's a lot of anxiety around AI potentially replacing jobs,
Right.
which is understandable.
Of course.
But the reality is that AI is more likely to change the nature of work rather than eliminate it entirely.
So it's not about humans versus machines,
Right.
but about finding ways for humans and AI to work together effectively.
Exactly. And that requires a shift in mindset. We
Mhm.
need to focus on developing the skills that complement AI, such as, creativity, critical thinking, complex problem solving, and emotional intelligence.
Okay.
These are skills that machines can't easily replicate.
So instead of fearing AI, we should see it as an opportunity to actually enhance our own capabilities.
Precisely. And organizations have a crucial role to play in this transition.
Yeah, so
They need to invest in training and development programs to help their employees adapt to this new world of work.
what could that look like in practice?
Well, it could involve, providing access to online courses, creating mentorship programs, or even offering opportunities for employees to work on AI projects to gain hands-on experience.
Okay.
The key is to make sure people feel empowered and supported as they navigate this changing landscape.
So it's about creating a culture of continuous learning and adaptation.
Exactly.
Right.
Now, alongside this shift in the workforce, there's another critical aspect that we need to address.
Oh.
The future of AI itself, the blog post, takes us on this fascinating journey into what might be coming next.
Okay, so let's explore that. What are some of the emerging trends and advancements that could reshape the AI landscape?
Well, one area that holds immense promise is quantum AI.
Okay.
Quantum computing is a completely different way of processing information, and it has the potential to supercharge AI capabilities.
So we're talking about a whole new level of AI power.
Exactly. Quantum AI could lead to breakthroughs in areas like drug discovery materials, science, and financial modeling. It could revolutionize entire industries.
It's mind-boggling.
It is. What about edge computing?
Okay, yeah. How does that fit into the future of AI?
Well, edge computing is about bringing AI closer to the source of data.
Okay.
Instead of sending all that data to the cloud for processing edge, AI allows devices like smartphones, sensors, and even cars to run AI algorithms locally.
So the AI is happening right there on the device itself.
That's right. And this is a game changer for applications that require real-time responsiveness, like self-driving cars, medical devices, and industrial robots.
It sounds like edge computing could make AI even more powerful and pervasive.
Absolutely. And speaking of pervasive, we can't forget about the continued evolution of autonomous systems.
Yeah, we're already seeing self-driving cars and delivery drones, but where is this technology headed?
Well, as AI algorithms become more sophisticated and adaptable, we can expect to see even more advanced autonomous systems. Imagine robots that can work alongside humans in factories and warehouses, performing complex tasks with precision and efficiency.
It sounds like the line between science fiction and reality is getting blurrier every day.
It really is. And as we move forward, it's important to remember that the future of AI is not predetermined. It's a future that we're shaping with every choice we make.
So it's not just about predicting the future, it's about creating the future we want to see.
Exactly. And that brings us to a thought-provoking question for you, the listener.
Okay, let's hear it.
How do you envision AI shaping your life, your work, and your community?
Wow, that's a big question.
It is. What opportunities and challenges do you see?
That's a great question. To ponder the future of AI is not just about algorithms and data, it's about people choices and the kind of world we want to build.
Well said. And as we continue this deep dive, we'll explore some of those possibilities and challenges in more detail.
So we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive, exploring the world of AI from its practical applications in business and government to its potential to reshape the workforce.
Yeah.
And the exciting advancements that are on the horizon.
Yeah, it's been quite a journey.
It has.
And I think the theme that just keeps coming up is this idea of human-AI collaboration.
Yeah, you're right. It's not about AI replacing humans, but finding ways for humans and AI to work together,
Mm-hmm.
each leveraging their unique strengths.
Exactly. Think about a doctor using AI-powered diagnostic tools
Okay.
to analyze medical images and identify potential issues that might be missed by the human eye.
Mm.
AI isn't replacing the doctor's expertise, it's enhancing it.
It's like having a second opinion from a supercomputer.
Exactly.
Or imagine an architect using AI algorithm to generate design options for a new building.
Yeah.
The AI can explore thousands of possibilities considering factors like energy efficiency, material cost, even aesthetics,
Hmm.
while the architect brings their creative vision and human understanding of how people will actually use the space.
It's about using AI as a tool to augment our own capabilities
Yeah.
and push the boundaries of what's possible.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And this kind of collaboration, I think, requires a shift in mindset.
Definitely.
We need to move away from this fear of being replaced by machines
Yeah.
and kind of embrace the opportunity to learn from them, work alongside them, and create something truly remarkable together.
It's not humans versus AI.
Yeah,
It's humans with AI working in partnership to solve problems and build a better future.
that's the key.
Yeah.
And as we navigate this rapidly evolving landscape,
Mm-hmm.
it's important to remember that the future of AI is not predetermined.
Right.
It's a future that we are actively shaping with every choice we make.
Exactly.
So it's not just about predicting the future of AI. It's about making conscious decisions that will lead us toward the future we want to see.
Yeah, and that brings us back to that thought-provoking question we posed earlier. As you think about the future of AI, how do you envision it shaping your own life, your work, and your community?
It's a question that everyone should be asking themselves. What role do we want AI to play in our lives?
Mm-hmm.
What are the potential benefits and what are the potential risks?
And most importantly, how can we ensure that AI is developed and used ethically and responsibly in a way that benefits all of humanity?
Those are big questions, but they're questions that we need to be grappling with now.
Absolutely.
This blog post has been a fantastic starting point for our deep dive into the world of AI.
I agree. It's given us a lot to think about.
Yeah.
And I hope it's inspired you, the listener, to continue exploring this fascinating and ever-evolving field.
Well, thanks for joining us on this journey into the world of AI.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
We hope you've gained some valuable insights and perhaps even a few aha moments along the way.
Until next time, keep learning, keep questioning, and keep shaping the future of AI.
See you next time.